A sun bear's tongue can be 8 to 10 inches long. They have long, sickle-shaped claws used for foraging and climbing trees. The pads of their paws are hairless, which helps them climb trees. This is to help them get honey and insects out of trees. They will tear off bark from trees with strong claws and then use their tongue to pull out snacks. The Okapis' long prehensile tongue is used to strip leaves from branches and vines. Their tongue is 12 to 14 inches, 30 to 36 centimeters, long and black or dark blue in color. Like a giraffe, an okapi has very large, upright ears, which catch even slight sounds. An okapi also has a long, dark, prehensile tongue, like a giraffe's, to help it strip the buds and young leaves from the understory brush of its rainforest home. Lizard tongues smell the air, helping them find prey, and know when a predator is nearby. How does a lizard use its tongue? Just like snakes, a lizard sticks out its tongue to catch scent particles in the air and then pulls back its tongue and places those particles on the roof of its mouth, where there are special sensory cells. The lizard can use these scent clues to find food or a mate or to detect enemies. A forked tongue is a tongue split into two distinct tines at the tip. This is a feature common to many species of reptiles. On average, a chameleon's tongue is roughly twice the length of its body. In humans, that would be a tongue about 10 to 12 feet, about 3 to 4 meters, long. To test his hypothesis, Anderson examined high-speed video of chameleons catching insects. Researchers filmed tongue strikes of chameleons attacking a suspended cricket at 3,000 frames per second. They found that the animals' tongues are capable of impressive acceleration, doing 0 kilometers to 100 kilometers per hour in 1/100th of a second, twice as fast as the fastest car. The chameleon's tongue is made up of the sticky pad at the end, accelerator muscles which launch it, and the retractor muscles, with the structure coiled around a small horn of bone in the mouth called the hyoid, like a sock. The anteater's narrow tongue is about 2 feet, 60 centimeters, long and is shaped like a strand of spaghetti. This amazing tongue has teeny, backward-pointing spines covered in sticky saliva that aid in feeding. When fully extended, an anteater's tongue is almost 2 times the length of the entire head. A hummingbird's tongue can stick out as far as its bill is long. The bird dips its long, forked tongue lined with hair-like extensions called lamellae into a nectar-rich flower. The tongue flicks in and out of the bill, up to 12 times a second. Hummingbirds drink nectar using tongues that are so long that, when retracted, they coil up inside the birds' heads, around their skulls and eyes. At its tip, the tongue divides in two and its outer edges curve inward, creating 2 tubes running side by side. Giraffes use their 45 to 50 centimeters long prehensile tongue and the roof of their mouths in order to feed on a range of different plants and shoots, most notably from Senegalia and Bachelia, formerly acacia, species. Giraffe tongues are very long and have the ability to grab onto plants. They have thickened papillae and extra saliva on their prehensile tongues to protect them from sharp thorns and plants. The bluish coloring of their tongues is an extra level of defense for this important appendage. Oscillating tongue flicks are unique to snakes. They allow snakes to sample 100 times as much air as the simple downward extension of the tongue. The tongue then transfers these molecules to the Jacobson's organ via the mouth floor. A forked tongue is a tongue split into 2 distinct tines at the tip. This is a feature common to many species of reptiles. Reptiles smell using the tip of their tongue, and a forked tongue allows them to sense from which direction a smell is coming. Instead, they have a long tongue called a proboscis, which sucks up food like a straw. Some flies drink nectar or blood. Flies do not have teeth or a stinger. Their mouths absorb food like a sponge. They can only eat liquids, but they can turn many solid foods into a liquid through spitting or vomiting on it. Sloths can stick out their tongues up to 12-inch. Sloths are arboreal animals, which means they spend most of their lives in trees. Sloths can extend their tongues 10 to 12 inches out of their mouths. The sloth has very long, sharp, and strong claws that they use to hold on to tree branches. The claws are also their only natural defense against predators. The frog tongue's softness also plays an important role in holding on to prey. The researchers found that frog tongues are among the softest biological materials known to science, 10 times softer than human tongues, or about as soft as brain tissue. This gives the tongue its stretchy quality, much like a bungee cord. The tiger's tongue is covered with numerous small, sharp, rear-facing projections called papillae. These papillae gives the tongue its rough, rasping texture and is designed to help strip feathers, fur and meat from prey. A tiger's tongue is so strong that it can remove paint from wall. These spines make the tongue so rough that if a lion licked the back of your hand only a few times, you would be left without any skin. They use high-pitched, shrill sounds to warn trespassers what their territory is. They also engage in tongue flicking, rapidly moving their tongue in and out of their mouth to indicate displeasure. In addition, emperor tamarins often communicate through scents. They mark out their territory by leaving their scent on branches and leaves.